So now we have x squared plus 8x plus 15 over x squared plus 3x minus 10, and you have to simplify it. The question is going to be to simplify this as much as possible. And it might be tempting to cancel these x squareds, but you can't cancel these x squareds or the x's. You can only cancel things that are multiplied by everything on the line. So what we're going to do, we're going to factor. So the top is going to factor, multiplies to this, adds to this. That's going to be 3 and 5. In the bottom, multiplies to this, adds to this. It's going to be x plus 5, x minus 2. Those guys cancel. And it's equal to x plus 3 over x minus 2. There are some restrictions, of course, and probably the best line to look for restrictions would be the second line here. So we know that the bottom cannot be 0, so we know that x plus 5 is not equal to 0, and x minus 2 is not equal to 0. So x can't be negative 5, and x can't be positive 2. I'm just going to quickly point out what this means, right? So when I say x can't be minus 5 or 2, so the 2 is fairly obvious. If it's 2, then we end up with division by 0, and we get division by 0, division by 0. So 2 squared is 4, 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 minus 10 is 0. That's division by 0, that's division by 0. Big mess. But why does minus 5 not work? So what we're saying is, we're saying that x squared plus 8x plus 15 over x squared plus 3x minus 10 is the same thing as x plus 3 over x minus 2. And we could try that. So what we could do is we could say, okay, is that true if x is 1? So, okay, so if x is 1, we're going to have 1 squared plus 8 times 1 plus 15 over 1 squared plus 3 times 1 plus, minus 10, which is going to be 1 plus 8 plus 15 over 1 plus 3 minus 10. And that's going to be 24 over negative 6, which is negative 4. So if x is 1, then this side is going to be negative 4. And if x is 1 over here, then we get 1 plus 3 over 1 minus 2, which is 4 over negative 1, which is negative 4. So if x is 1, these two expressions are in fact, I ran off the sheet there. If x is 1, these two are in fact equivalent. But I also said, though, that x squared plus 8x plus 15 over x squared plus 3x minus 10, I said it was not true if x was equal to, what was the restriction? If x was equal to negative 5. So if x is equal to negative 5, then I'm saying that it's not true. Well, let's see why. So if x is equal to minus 5, we would get minus 5 plus 3 over minus 5 plus 2. Minus 5 plus 3 is negative 2 over minus 5 plus 2 is negative 3. And minus 2 over minus 3 is 2/3, which is really not such a big deal. So let's see what happens over here. We end up with, so if minus 5, we're going to have minus 5 squared plus 8 times minus 5 plus 15 over minus 5 squared plus 3 times minus 5. I calculated it in my head there. Minus 10, which would be 25 minus 40 plus 15 over 25 minus 15 minus 10. 25 minus 40 is minus 15 plus 15, that's going to be 0, and over 0. And 0 over 0 is definitely not the same as 2/3. So, well, it works. So so again, this is equivalent to this as long as the x's are not equal to one of those two. That's what a restriction means.